Hello guys and welcome to Express TV. This is your number one on TV. I'm your host, Jonathan the presenter. Remember, this is the only channel that will educate you, inform you, and entertain you. So many people have been asking me about the journalism career, and now today I've decided to answer you in a very unique way. My very own lecturer or media is in the house. Welcome guys, we are together. Hello mwalimu.
Poa sana.
Uko aje?
Salam.
Jifanye introduction. You know, in media we don't do introduction to the others.
All right.
Yeah.
Ladies and gents, in the world of YouTube, my name is Kiri Kamau. I am a media lecturer, and much so I am a communication consultant and coach in matters of print media, broadcast media, online media, and generally the media space at large. And I'm glad to be here. Hope we'll learn a lot.
Thank you mwalimu.
Yep.
Sawa, kwanza naanza kwa kushukuru kwa kukubali kukuwa featured in this channel.
Asante.
Now just for a start, just brief us, give us introduction about journalism. Yes.
All right, so journalism as a term itself, it just means gathering or collecting, compiling and sharing information with an audience. Now an audience can be very few individuals to very big numbers, what we call mass audiences, kama zile ziko kwa TV, radio, na ile sasa watu wanapata via online platforms. Now that is the term of journalism, but now in terms of it growing into a career or into an industry, it requires a lot of players, because we should understand that journalism was just a term that was coined just recently in the 20th century. Many people used to do journalism for a long time, even in the early ages, but they never used to call it what? Journalism. So hiyo ni term ililetwa ikakoiniwa na ikakreatiwa kwa sababu imetoka from the word journaling to journal. Kajournal wasu kuwa na kadayari fulani unaandika
Kitabu kadogo.
Leo niliamka asubuhi kasi feel poa, you understand?
Yeah.
Today was a wonderful day, I got A, B and C. All right. Now from that particular concept, then the acts and the art, the action and the skill and technique of journalism is grown. And basically it comes from writing information down, and you're writing what you have done or what has occurred that particular day. And now you can be able to share it with anybody. So basically that is what journalism is all about.
So what are some of the forms of sharing this information? How do people will be able to get this information that we've prepared?
Very good question.
Yeah.
So journalism can be distributed or can be expressed in various forms. The first form of journalism, which is like the father of journalism, mali journaling imetoka, it's writing.
Okay.
Naona?
Yeah.
But kwa kizungu ya media na all this tunaitanga print media. Print journalism. Pale we have newspapers, we have magazines, we have posters, letters, etc. That is the first form of journalism that we have, known as print journalism. Then with the invention of cameras, we came into what we're calling broadcast journalism or broadcast media.
Yeah.
And in this case we have radio journalists or what we call radio journalism and TV journalism. So radio is audio, TV is audio visual. All right. So that is the second form of journalism. Now in TV we have, or in broadcast media, apart from TV journalism, we have film journalism. I know this is a bit different for a lot of people. Sababu watu hawajaidhani ati mambo za movies ni journalism. Movies pia ni mambo za journalism. Because for you to see that particular movie, it's a person who journaled or wrote a story. Okay? But now this story has a different format. It's not in terms of news. Okay? It's in terms of telling an experience to an audience. So pale kuna radio, TV and film. All right?
Yeah.
and they form that broadcast element of journalism because we are broadcasting. Sawa, tunarusha hewani
watu wanasikiza
kabisa.
So how about
then ya tatu sasa ile imekuja juzi in the 2000s, imekuwa popular, ndio tunaita online ama digital media ama digital journalism. Mahali sasa kama hizi kazi mnafanya hapa mnatumia internet and computer technology to spread what information, to gather, compile and share information. So those are the three forms of journalism that we have. Print, broadcast, online.
So in those three ni gani iko na watu wengi sana?
All right. So at the moment tuko kwa online. Ama what we call digital. But kitambo unajua kwa media tuna traditional media ama what we call traditional journalism na kuna new the new era or modern journalism. Traditional ni ile ilikuwa print na broadcast. Basically mambo za magazeti, TV na radio naishi hapo. Right?
Yeah.
So when journalism was starting, print media was the most popular. Magazeti, magazine, it was fascinating. Kitambo ukisoma history wasema ndio wanaona manzeni gazeti. Unajua hata hapa Kenya kuna time haikuwa siku kama hujasoma gazeti.
Yeah, sure.
Naelewa. But sasa hii ukiuliza, kuna experiment wao tunafanya kwa class. Nauliza watu in terms of measurement, measure na mkono, naambia when is the last time you read a newspaper? Nauliza wasee wananiambia either a few seconds ago, 1 minute ago, 2 days, 3 days ago, 1 year ago. So unapata wasee unasikia the last time alisoma newspaper ni kama an year ago. Now I'm talking about this generation. Unapata an year ago.
Hajaishika hata ajui.
Yeah. Yeah. Wengine unasikia just a month ago. Naelewa. Na ile maybe amepitia kibandaski pale kuna gazeti ama alikuwa anachapa walk mahali akaona tu gazeti. So unapata hiyo ndio distance ya interaction yake na gazeti. Naelewa. Yeah. Alafu kuja kwa radio inaenda ikipunguka. Naelewa. Sababu watu wako na radio hadi kwa simu. TV bado. But ikikuja kwa online nasikia a second ago alikuwa kwa lift. Ako wapi? Ako kwa simu bana, ako kwa Twitter, ako Instagram, ako Facebook, ako TikTok. Unaona? So unapata hiyo period ni na majority wako hapa. So in this case ukifanya ile survey ama data collection pale, you get to understand that online media, or what we call digital media or what we call internet media is the one now that is carrying the mass audience. Yeah.
So YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and these other one, WhatsApp, are those also forms of online?
Yeah, all those forms are online. So when we talk about online or digital media, digital media is about what we call computer technology, the use of digits to translate or to transform or to transcribe information. Okay? And the internet relies on digital media. And the internet is part of all this technology through the computer, etc., and the use of cables to capture and transmit information. So online media ni any form of media that relies on the use of computer and internet, the integration of the two, computer technology and internet technology. When they come together, we create what we are known as online media, or digital online media. So whether you're talking about social media platforms, that is WhatsApp, that is Twitter, that is Facebook, that is TikTok, Pinterest, YouTube, Gmail, etc., etc. Ziko pale.
Hizo zote zinaingia hapo.
Zinaingia pale, zinatumbukia pale kwa ile flag. Zinazama.
Yeah.
So pale tunakuwa tuko online. Kama online vile inafaa kuwa.
Okay, mwalimu. Next question. Now, journalism as a course compared to other courses, what are the markets of journalism? Because you see, this is a place where many people will come and look and compare what is the benefit when I do this course, what would be my benefit, the chances of getting job. You know, hiyo ndo inakuwaga main ya watu kwenda kufanya a course. Yeah.
So when you're talking about markets, basically market is the people who are buying, all right, goods and services, or who needs or who use the goods and services. And the journalism market, see, ndio tuseme media industry, ndio tuseme journalism industry, ni kumaanisha kuna market imeundwa pale. In other words, there is business, there is trading, all right, there is buying and selling. So in the media industry or in journalism industry, that particular market is there, okay, but it shifts depending with which generation you're in. Okay, now just to take you slowly, the market of the media industry or journalism industry is divided into those three forms. There is the print media market, okay, where we have billboards as part of the goods, posters, newspapers, magazines, etc. There are people or there is a market that uses or needs posters. Kama sahi tuko time ya elections. Naelewa. So hii season ya elections utapata wase wale wanafanya biashara ya print pia watareki in a lot. Because billboards zinahitajika, posters are needed,
posters, banners,
right? Like banners, etc., business cards, a lot of things that rely on print media. Okay, so that is a market by itself, but you have to understand the seasons. Okay, the other market here, print media, is dealing with books, authorship of books. It's a very big market, but in Kenya, the print market in terms of books is a bit limited because it just scales deals with schools, and especially primary and high school.
Secondary,
yeah, it's not like in the United States where msee anaweza andika book na kuwe millionaire. Unajua in United States kuna kuanga hivi, agents can approach you and say, hey bro, you have a very good story, man. Why don't we write a book? And they write a book and they sell it and you become a millionaire. Obama aliuza book, bibi yake ndio anauza book, preachers wa majuu, you get to understand they are selling book. Why? There is a big market for that. Now when you move to from the print market, in Kenya watu wengi wapendi mambo ya print. I deal with a lot of students, nikisema watu wa print, watu wanapenda kuandika, printing, very few people, very few people. It's because of the culture. In Kenya we don't have that particular culture of reading. Reading is just for academics. It's not for leisure, wapendi. But sasa tukikuja hii market ingine, radio and TV and film, you know, it's a broadcast media market ama broadcast journalism market. Hiyo ni kubwa na imerule the industry for long, because people love listening to radio shows, TV shows, films, movies.
Sana.
Elewa. But with the invention of online markets, right? Online media, which created online market, a lot of people have shifted to that space. And especially after COVID-19.
Yeah.
Ilifika mahali, it was amazing. The entire world lockdown. Watu wako kwa jela ya kujiekea ama jela ya kulazimishwa kwa nyumba yako.
Kwa hapo kwa nyumba.
Yeah, it is at that particular time, if you look at the records, you'll see that TikTok was one of the most downloaded apps, Instagram, Facebook, etc. They led in this YouTube.
Also YouTube.
You understand? Because that particular market now grew exponentially at that time. Sababu watu wako kwa hao. You're in the house. What do you want to do? TV is boring because TV imefika place, even in Kenya, you don't have spoil of choice. It's not like mtu anamshika internet kwa simu. So mobile.
Lazima ungoje zile vipindi zenye zinakuja particular.
Unajua pale kwa online journalism kuna kitu ile create inaitwa mobile journalism. Mobile journalism is the act of using and relying on your phone to collect, compile and share information. That's where we are, that's the space we are in. So with your phone, market ni kubwa. Watu wangapi wako na simu?
Like
especially in Kenya peke yake. Tuangalie tu Kenya peke yake.
the bigger percentage.
Smartphones. You realize that a lot of people, majority, millions. And right now in Kenya also, Wi-Fi or the internet technology is widely available. Siku hizi utaingia any building unasikia kuna Wi-Fi. Hiyo ndio kitu, mko na Wi-Fi. Basi. So wako hapo na unajua it's affordable, unaweza lipa 500 unatumia the entire month. So sahi hiyo market ni kubwa. That's why if you look at the trajectory at which young Kenyans have been able to start, for example, YouTube channels, it's amazing. Within the year 2021 and 2022, they're saying over thousands of YouTube channels have been created in Kenya alone. Over thousands. So I'm just being humble with that number. Ni wasi wengi. Hata wewe uko hapa.
Hata mimi
na uko nani?
Siku but plan nilikuwa nayo.
Unaona? Wasi wengi sana. A lot of young people now have gone there. And why are they going there? Because there is a market. Also wameona manzi jamaa and from YouTube. And from YouTube naendi chuo. Unajua siku hizo wasiweza washaboeka na chuo.
Hawataki.
Sasa nasema kama naweza tumia ka gift kangu niingie pale YouTube. Why? The online market is huge. And you have control, you have choice. Sika pale kwa TV, unangojea broadcaster pale ama director ile kipindi na producer wamalize hiyo kipindi. Unaona? Kwa sababu utaswitch hivi uende station fulani haikubambi, station fulani haikubambi, na una stations mingi. But with online media uko na spoil of choice kuliko TV. Unaona? Yeah. Unatoka una pause kwanza unaenda kwa hii, unaweza rudi. You understand? You can review it. Unajua TV unless wakuweke repeatedly ya program yako. Imeenda hivyo, sio? But kwa online media
you repeat
unarudi tu kwa hiyo channel.
Mara zenye utataka.
Naelewa. So there is a lot of advantages or positive results from online media. So that is the market in general. Yeah.
So what's your advice for the people who want to do journalism now? Because I know many people have been asking me about this question. But nikawaambia we'll answer you, tutawajibu tu. Yes, kuna watu wenye wako willing to do journalism. So what's your advice on them?
Mimi kwanza wale watu wanataka kuwa willing kufanya journalism nawaambia wacheni. Wacheni mambo ya kukuwa willing. Willing hakuna mahali inakupeleka. Kitu ni uanzie tu hapo mahali huko. Sasa hii journalism sika kitambo. I'm willing to do journalism. Wewe ukishakuwa willing kuna wasio washaanza.
Wako already hapo ndani.
Kwa sababu kila mtu ako na simu. Naelewa? Yeah, and journalism is very simple vile nimwambia. You collect information
and display.
You compile. Then you share. Cheki kama kuna huyu jamaa niliona juzi anaitwa Nduruman.
Nduruman.
Umeona Nduruman?
Huwa TikTok.
Hiyo si ni journalism anafanya. Anajicollect akipiga nduru na reactions za wasi. Hakuna mtu anamshoot. Ni anajishoot. Unaona? Anajishoot, anapiga nduru. Sasa unataka uniambie alikuwa willing. Huyo hata ana willing. Huyo aliona mimi upiga nduru, acha hii nduru ni collect. So anaigather. Naelewa? Alafu anagather, ana compile na edit poa. Anashare huko kwa TikTok, Instagram. Sasa ndio kama mimi ninamjua. Sasa inajulikana sana. So the guys who are willing, the thing is come from willingness. Right? Just start, do what you can. But journalism haitaki aibu. Kama wewe ni mtu aibu, upendi kamera, hauna passion ya hiyo kitu, I wouldn't advise you to be in journalism because you will suffer. The field is flooded, pesa itakuja haraka vile unafikiria. Yeah, the field is flooded. Umeona floods?
Iko na hata wenye bado si walio professional.
Nakumbuka ile tsunami ilikuwa Japan.
Yeah.
Sasa hebu imagine hiyo tsunami. Au ni wasee wote wanafanya journalism.
Wengi sana.
Na wasee wengi wale wanafanya journalism hata wajaenda shule ya journalism. Sahi tunaongea very few people in the media industry okay, who did media as a profession in terms of academics and in school, having degrees and all that.
So in journalism,
unless unataka kufunza,
sio necessarily uende pale kwa shule usome ndio kuwe na hiyo profession.
Duruma alienda shule gani?
But hiyo yake si profession. Yeye anaamka tu anapiga duru
but hiyo ni journalism. But sasa yeye ni nduru. Unaona? Mtu wa media pale ni news. Unaelewa? Yeye ni news. Mwingine ni interviews. Sawa? Mwingine ni mambo ya magari. Mwingine mambo ya manguo. Kwa sababu hiyo ndio kazi ya journalism. Tunakwambia imetoka ku journal. So una journal feelings. Mzee mwingine ni accidents. Mzee mwingine ni sports. Mzee mwingine ni chakula. So journalism is so wide. Anything can be journaled. Anything. And when I mean anything, I mean anything. Kuna sababu journaladu akienda choo. Yeah.
You can do anything.
Yeah, you can do, as long as you have a camera that can record you, you can journal anything. Na hapo ndio sasa nakwambia industry imekuwa flooded kwa sababu wao wako na smartphone. But sasa kuna journalism, or there is journalism that sells, right? And there is journalism just for your own personal happiness. But it cannot make business sense. Elewa? Yeah.
So see, necessarily when people they start a channel, see at the end of the day they want also to earn from their content.
That's what they think they want. Yeah, a lot of people want to earn from their channel. How do I realize they can't earn? Tunaona kwa sababu content yake I attract hiyo kitu ya kuana.
Watu. So what are some of the topics zenye watu wanakuwa interested sana?
Very nice.
Zenye sasa zita attract more people to the channel.
So hapa ndaongea kama mtu amesomea kitu ya naitanga human psychology. Yeah. Si hata ni kitu kubwa, ni vile hizo terms ni kubwa. Psychology is about the mind. If you sit and understand, if you look at human behavior, right? Primitively or primarily, human beings are addicted to conflict, number one. Right? They're addicted to gossip. In journalism, we have what we call and we teach in class known as news values. Right? Basically, these are things that are newsworthy. Okay? And in this case, I will say they are journalism worthy, meaning they attract and generate attention. Okay? So normally we have things to do with celebrity status or prominence. Yeah. So kitu yote iko na celeb ndani ama iko na a prominent figure. Hiyo kitu lazima watu watataka kuona, it will generate attention. So saa zile unafanya content, that's unaona hadi hao wase wa YouTube. Unachapa raundi, unatafuta mse famous,
celeb moja
ama mse amepata kaufema hapo, sasa hiyo unaanza kuconnect naye. Hapo ushafanya nini? Ushavuta traffic. Naelewa? Kuleta tu celeb kwa channel yako ushavuta traffic fulani. Hiyo tunaita prominence. Tunasoma class. Namba 2 kuna kitu tunaitanga uniqueness ama rarity ama oddity. Yeah. Those are the other things that interest human beings. Kitu odd ni kitu ifanyikangi kwa maisha. Ni kitu unique. Kama simba kunyonyesha antelope. Naturally simba inafai kule dishi, ione hii ni dishi imekama. But sahi inaona ni nini? Inaona ni mtoi, wacha nimnyonyeshe. That's odd. Odd things attract a lot of attention. Everybody has 2 legs, but if you find a person with 3 legs,
very odd.
All right? Yeah. Kuna wase unapata body parts zao ni unique. Kuna mtu akona talent fulani ionekanagi. All these things that are happening around, if they are odd, they will attract attention. But if they are ordinary things, it will not attract attention to your channel. So don't be ordinary. Hiyo ni kitu ya pili. Be unique, be odd. That's why unaona watu utafuta vitu odd.
Vitu ni rare.
Yeah. The other thing, which is also very important. Make sure you're heading for issues to deal with conflict, things that have adrenaline. Conflict iko na adrenaline. Okay, adrenaline ni vitu kama za udaku
na hizi ma loyalty test.
Hizo unajua hizo ni vitu zinaleta conflict. That's why unapata human beings are addicted to gossip.
They have to gossip.
Yani kuna tuka mvuto fulani wazee kuanga tu ati nani amefanya nini? Naelewa. Unapata jamaa tu anaweza tu acha kila kitu ameweka chini ati unyame. Tunyako na mabibi wangapi? Unaelewa? Kwa sababu ni uhunye, first of all celebrity, but kuna ka conflict kwa sababu amefanya kitu haikuagi, ama kitu weird, ama kitu unique. So zile conflict issues, they are very attractive to human audience. So unatafuta hizo kuna mingi sana, but mimi nimekupatia 3 zile classic. So hapa kwa conflict na mtu kama the Pluto akichapa hiyo loyalty test kwa sababu kuna kwa na ako ka conflict, ka adrenaline. So unafaa ujiulize kama wewe ni content creator, content yako iko na adrenaline ina push. That's why unaona wale wase hukuanga controversial, unapatanga attention mob sana iko kwao. Kwa nini? Kuna ka adrenaline pale ba
kama Andrew Kibe.
Kama Kibe ako fit mbaya.
Unamsupport?
Support kabisa. Akona ka ukweli, naona anagonga ndipo, naona ako straight to the point, so ako controversial kwa sababu wase wanapenda wase wamezoea people who are politically correct. Naelewa. Ni kama tu kwa mtaani, mama yako amerelax na baba yako ndio disciplinarian. Ukiambiwa tu hii kitu takuja kuambia budako ukiwa mtoi, budako hajafika but adrenaline isha shoot. Manze. Lakini sasa madhe amezoea kutulia hadi ukiambiwa madhe atakuweka na ako hapo hauoni anything, unaona hakuna umerelax. But huyo ako far, but kwa sababu yenye conflict, adrenaline, hiyo kitu inakuanga, it's part of human psychology. So msea ki make sure prominence iko hapo, celebrity status kwa channel. Make sure ameleta vitu odd, rare. Unajua kama hiyo jamaa anaenda akipiga nduru, napiga nduru, unapata iko na adrenaline fulani, alafu iko na oddity fulani, wazimu ndio upiga nduru. Unaona?
Na ako very serious.
Na wewe jamaa uko send bana. But sasa unaona amejiundia content hivi. So those are, ukiconcentrate na hizo vitu 3, you'll be able to scale.
So what's your advice?
Anakam sawa.
So Mwalimu, so what you advise on this online TV, like kuna hizi TV za kawaida, like you saw Switch TV, they switched to digital. What's your advice on that?
Switch TV switched to digital TV.
So they stopped broadcasting totally.
You see, they were going bankrupt. Or let me not say bankrupt. Let me be soft. Ama nitumie lugha ya mtaani, wale wasiwe walikuwa wana nini? Wanasota. Ile broadcasting ilikuwa inawasotesha because they were not getting a return on their investments. You see, bringing in broadcasting equipment is expensive. Number 2, hiring a broadcast team of journalists is expensive. And especially if you want to scale the station to a higher point, you need people who have experience. Some people have experience here 10 years, 6 years, 12 years. You cannot pay them peanuts. All right?
Yeah.
But then, on the other hand, you should realize that journalism, as I had told you guys, it's flooded. How many stations do we have currently? Digital TV stations. No, there are over 100.
Ni mingi?
Over 100, more. And they are all doing the same kind of content. Okay? So, how will Switch TV be competitive? Ngumu sana.
Ngumu.
And they want to rake in a lot of money. They can't. Because even the big stations, we call them the big 4 or the big 5, or the big 6, if I'm humble enough to include KBC.
KBC.
No, they're struggling. Wanaumia sana. Because you look at, for example, citizen, by the time they were reaching an agreement to, to broadcast digitally, they had already gone to court. Right now, all these stations had to cut down their staff. Why? They cannot be able to sustain them. The adverts that they used to get, saizi ziko chache ama wana slice, kwa sababu a lot of these advertisements are also being absorbed in the social media industry ama in the online space. So a company or a broadcast station such as Switch TV cannot do much. Yeah, and they have all these talents, they have to take care of them, they have to pay them. So they decided to switch digital. But even switching digital, okay, the place is flooded because they are competing with the Mungai Eve. Right? So they have to find their own Mungai Eve.
Na alianza mapema.
You understand?
Yeah.
They are competing with Churchill.
Yeah.
Churchill ako digital. Churchill hadi alitoka NTV. Contract ili. You see, because there is no sense sasa hata ya kuona Churchill kwa TV na naweza iona kwa naweza iona kwa YouTube
kwa channel yake.
Alright? Na naweza shinda nikireplay hiyo joke ilikuwa funny. Na play tena. Kwa TV pale siwezi.
Ni hivyo tu, ikishakuja once that's all.
You understand? So it reaches a point where all these stations, I can tell you the truth right now, even from my own research, a lot of these stations, digital stations, zinaumia, zimesota, they are bankrupt.
So in brief, mwalimu, hebu tupe some of the challenges as a journalist ama ya kufanya journalism as we wind up.
As we wind up, challenges. Challenges are many.
Tupe tu kadhaa, few.
I'll just give you three, which are the most important. Number one is the over flooding. You see, I'm using the term over flooding because flooding is very humble. Flooding, now sunaona flood, sasa kume over flood, meaning ni kama ile time ya Noah. Kulijaa, unasikia ilijaa, maji ilijaa hadi huko juu. That is one of the challenges. So there are so many people doing the same thing. So when you're starting out, it becomes difficult for you to scale, especially economically. Chapa, wale wasio wanapata chapa ni wale wasio walisha create jina. So you have to be humble enough and patient enough to go through that. Number two, the other challenge is just lack of knowledge and information. Yeah. A lot of people don't know what ticks. A lot of people don't know what they can broadcast in terms of content so that they can get in what they want. Because a lot of people, of course, you're doing this to earn an income, isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but earning an income depends with the kind of content that can attract an audience. Na kama hauna,
you are flat.
Challenge. So you need knowledge. You need to understand your audience. You need to understand your target groups. You need to understand the market. Market ya Kenya si kama ya Niger. Market ya Niger si kama ya. All right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the last
one,
but not least,
yes.
is